welcome back to Coffee Infused Crypto. Today we're gonna take this on a different stance. It's not gonna be TA, but it's gonna be something very important that you would want to watch till the end. Today we are gonna rant about, discuss and deep dive into manipulation. How are you being a victim or try to avoid you and everyone who is watching this from being the victim of mass manipulation? Because we've been witnessing like manipulation on an institutional scale happening in real time for the past couple of weeks, but intensifying in the past 4 to 5 days. And we're gonna deep dive into that. I have prepared everything you need to know in proper timeline for you to see exactly how is this happening and how to think about it. Because when you have a clearer vision, you can make better decisions. So first off, to start with the basic of what is actually manipulation, or what are the 4 stages of manipulation. The first stage is flattery. So this is talking about people who manipulate others, but in this case we're talking about cryptocurrencies and institutional manipulation. So we're gonna a little bit take the basis of those and transition into crypto. The flattery stage. The first stage is when the person who manipulates, or the entity or institution, puts on a facade of being kind, caring and helpful, right? Your institutions, your governments are kind and caring, and they want your best interest. They want the best for you. They are being helpful by protecting you. Isolation is when the person who manipulates may start to isolate you from your friends and family. And in this case, when they want to care about the cryptocurrencies and the safety of the people, they care about it. It's innovation, it's the future, and they care about the people investing. They don't want them to get wrecked. So they start isolating this ecosystem. And we've witnessed 3 crypto-friendly banks being shut down or liquidated, Signature Bank, Silvergate, and SVB. Crypto-friendly banks being choked. And then we had before that the channels to fiat currencies in the US being choked and only limited to $100,000. So that's a retail out of the picture. That happened a couple of weeks back. And then on the third point we have the gaslighting. So devaluing and gaslighting. And the 5th one is fear or violence. So we're gonna take those 2 and discuss them here. So in order to start manipulate the manipulation process and how we are being manipulated, we need a reason, right? There should be a reason. So in the first segment, and this is like in timeline, those are articles in timeline that I have picked up, and I will leave all the links in the description below so that you go on and read them in careful. And I'm gonna stress out on which ones to read. So in timeline, when they need a reason first, why would they care to manipulate anyone out of anything? They need a reason. So as soon as we started seeing those kind of articles and those kind of titles come out, is it Bitcoin's time to shine as the banking system flatters? So as we know that the banking system collapse or monopoly of collapse is due to intensive rate hikes, and we're gonna deep dive into that. So we start seeing such articles with such titles, and confidence of people in the banking system kind of deteriorate while they run into onto, some of them actually run to Bitcoin as being a safe haven. So such titles, Bitcoin outperformed 97% of all S&P 500 companies in 2023. And this is a fact, actually. Again, we'll leave the links in the description. So those are part of the reason. And again, such titles. Is it time to get rid of the United States Federal Reserve? So those are good enough reasons in order for the government or any institution, propelling reasons actually, to initiate. And when we see the fear and greed index, and we will get back to this later, and if we can see that last week's fear and greed was 52 and yesterday was 62, but after yesterday's action they managed to bring it back down to 57. So that is a metric to it's a fear and greed index. So how much fear was implemented since yesterday until today, it reflects in numbers here. So those are quite reasons and motivations to why would anyone or institution be manipulating anything. And the way to do that is first by structuring a plan and starting to FOD the news and to be on TV, newsletters, different sections of the social media, and start giving out those reports. So basically we set up a plan and start giving out speeches, and this is exactly what happened before the 25 basis point raise hike yesterday. So before we start in this section, I'm gonna go back to the 25 basis point raise hike. They wanted to raise 50. Banks collapsed. They knew they couldn't raise 50. And 25 basis points is even risky. They had to print more money to bail out SVB. And, Credit Suisse is in trouble. The whole banking system is in trouble. So they have to keep the ecosystem in check, because if they didn't raise yesterday, we would have been in a different place. So they want to, they wanted to walk this middle line, and that's what they're doing, walking this fine line, spreading fear from one place, executing the plan. So everything I'm gonna go through here is a plan that has been executed within the range of 24 hours. Everything you're gonna see here has happened in 24 hours. So first, the White House report. We had a White House report which slams digital assets industry regulations incoming. So we saw this report coming out from the White House. I'm going to leave the link in the description, and I'm going to deep dive into some points of this White House report. So we had intervention of a report coming from the highest authority in the US. White House says Bitcoin has not announced plans to adopt proof of stake in Wild Economic Report. So this is why Wild Economic Report, as the Biden administration just released a new economic report that extensively covers Bitcoin and crypto, mentioning the two term a whopping 305 times in total. So this is a targeted report, to say the least. Crypto assets today do not appear to offer investments with any fundamental value, as the document suggested. Despite Ethereum's switch to proof of stake, Bitcoin has not announced. So those are the key points now. Bitcoin has not announced plans to make a similar charges. So they're addressing Bitcoin as if it's some sort of a company. That's funny, but again, I'm just highlighting the points, and you can make your own decisions based on those. So the second one, they addressed globally Bitcoin accounts for 0.42% of all electrical usages. Of course, they're gonna address the electrical consumptions, but they failed to mention that this is a fracture of what the banking system's electrical consumptions global is. This effectively means that the Bitcoin is using the same amount of electricity as a medium-sized advanced economy. So, yeah. The third point is the value of Bitcoin relative to the US dollar increased by over 1,000% from March 2019 to March 2021, and then decreased over 70% from November to October 2021-2022 respectively. This volatility means that anyone who is using Bitcoin to store their savings is subject to high volatility risk in their purchasing power. So again, we go back to addressing the electrical consumption and the high volatility. points, which of course those are easily argued. But again, this is not an argument to point to keep this video short as possible. In the fourth point, the risk, notice here, risk, how many times they repeat harm, risk, and fraudulent. So the risk presented by crypto assets stem from excessive speculation, high leverage, run risk, environmental harm from crypto assets mining, and from the fraudulent activities that harm retail investors and companies. They do all of that to protect you. We said it, they care, right? We just said it in the first point of our 4 points. In addition to generally being speculative assets, cryptocurrencies currently are not effective alternatives to sovereign money such as the US dollar. As mentioned above, the most cryptocurrencies do not have fundamental value, but that is not a requirement for them to function as money. So, in fact, sovereign money doesn't have a fundamental or intrinsic value. Even so, sovereign money can easily satisfy money's requirement. The main reason for this is that the value of sovereign money is backed by a trusted institution, the central bank. Yeah, I know how much we trust our trusted institution, the central bank. So this was step 1. Then step 2, we started seeing that the SEC, which is the arm of the task force, the army of the state in economy. So those are the people who will intervene. Just like when you call for a crime and the police comes knocking at the person's door. So those are the force that intervened, and everything here has happened in 24-hour time span. So CEO warns Coinbase for potential legal action over staking. Separately targets Thorn founder son. So SEC warns Coinbase of potential legal action over staking. So separately targets Stone founder son. So sorry about that. So the SEC has moved in 2 directions, so attacking Coinbase and the Justin Sun, Stone's founder, and we're gonna see both of those. So why? The SEC targeted Coinbase because Coinbase listed like 6 tokens, which Ethereum altcoins targeted by the SEC ahead of Coinbase Wallet's notice. So they sent them a notice, which is first of all, the coins that they target Coinbase for are the following, if you want to know: AMP, LCX, Power Ledger, Rally, XYO Network, and DDX. So those are the 6 points, the 6 coins they targeted. And this, by the way, I have it somewhere here as well. So this is not a formal charge or a lawsuit, but it can lead to one. So Coinbase said in the Wednesday statement, today's Wells notice also comes after Coinbase provided multiple proposals to the SEC about registration over the course of months, all of which the SEC ultimately refused to respond to. Okay, so this is a Wells notice. This is the definition of it. So they charged up, charged up against SEC, against 6 coins that we've mentioned here. Those are the coins. Okay, so they tackled that in exchange. They tackled 6 coins and tackled Justin Sun. So they sued Justin Sun and 8 celebrities, not just Justin Sun, 8 celebrities, including Akon and Neo, for fraud. So I'm gonna just put a small clip, but those are the celebrities: Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, DeAndre Cortez, Way, Soulja Boy. You can continue reading them. So those are the 6 celebrities, and this is so this is SEC accuses crypto giant Justin Sun and Lindsay Lohan of security and law violation. And I'm gonna leave you with this video that explains each celebrity in brief, what did they do and why did they accuse them. So enjoy it, and we'll get back into the 3rd step.
me high and dry. Oh, oh, oh,
So that was the Forbes breaking news part, and that's exactly what the allegations were. So yeah, so they moved in two directions, actually three directions, and take note that those, without getting into specifics whether they are right suing or not, we're talking about the time frame, and take note that those celebrities were accused and charged based on promoting cryptocurrencies, not NFTs, or maybe some, those some of them just spoke about network coins. So I'm not getting into that. I'm just interested about the fact that they endorsed publicly cryptocurrencies. So we're suppressing or charging people to pay money based on what they tweet about, and the time frame that this has happened within 24 hours. So that happened just because they wanted to increase by 25 basis points without having the stocks and crypto sector to rally, because markets has already priced in the 25. So going zero would have skyrocketed cryptocurrencies, no doubt about that. So 25 would have kept on progressing. I'm gonna see that how Bitcoin tried to break out before they slammed everything together, and that caused this fear and greed to drop from 62 to to from, yeah, it was high on the 62, and now it's more fearful. The market is more still on the greedy side, but they managed to pull it back 5 points in a single day. So they increased 25 basis points, and they wanted to protect their bank runs. So this is a very, very important, this is what they wanted to protect. This is a very important CoinDesk article. Now it explains how the bank's money, or your fiat currency or paper money, is just like the magic internet money they claim crypto is, right? It's magic internet money. So it's very, very insightful, and I really recommend reading this whole article. But in brief, I just highlighted a couple of, I'm gonna read. There's a strong belief that most people who put money into an account at talking about banks here, of course, at a prominent bank, will generally leave it there indefinitely, and that's what you usually do, or what your parents do, or what you forget about it for different reasons, but you don't tend to go and cash it out every now and then, especially if it's a big amount. That level of consistency or loyalty hardly prevails in crypto. And we've seen that in Celsius network, right? Or Voyager Digital. Whenever you fear anything is wrong, you just pull back from an exchange, from a wallet, from wherever you have it, from a project, and put it in a different project, because it's fast, it's at your fingertips. But recently, failures at Credit Suisse, Silicon Valley, and Signature Bank has shown that the potential for stunningly swift deposits run at traditional banks too, because of the online banking and how fast it is. So that bank run that they witnessed was, by their tongue, is unseen before. It's massive. So read this article, very beautiful article. Again, I'm gonna leave it down in the description below. And yeah, because now, yeah, the This was yesterday. We had 80% here and 20% here, and any move at the 25 basis points before, all of those coming at the same time would have kept the market going. So all of that happened here. So Bitcoin was here, volume was coming in here at this level. So we were trying to break out this, okay? And then all of those articles, all of this news flood came while Mr. Powell was talking, and the economic arm, or the whales, the orchestration or orchestrated whales, they orchestrated a dump at the same time. So that comes at a, they moved as a plan, fear and flooding the news, news articles, agencies, and all of those suing and actions. And as soon as the speech was going, and after the rate hike reveal, the dump of Bitcoin, and you can see it in volumes here, like huge volumes came and tried to actually act on the price action as well, dumping the volume, trying to as much as possible close, stop out the longs, liquidate longs, so that they misbalance and try to flip the market from being long heavy and in a bullish trend to being short heavy and in a downtrend. So as you can see, like the manipulation comes in three versions, and they come orchestrated and they come combined. So that was the effect on the price action. And again, I'm gonna stress out, look at these three volume candles, and I'm gonna those speak volumes, right? Volume candles, and those speak volume, and that led to here. But we found support on our top of our orange box, and now the market is kind of on the short-term recovering, but this might get a continuation of a downtrend. We'll have to wait and see. On the bigger time frames, the uptrend is still intact, but we'll leave that to a TA session later. I want to just end this this rant and this theory with a reminder. The Chinese government, ever since 2009, has banned Bitcoin. I'm gonna see how many times. One, China bans virtual currencies June 2009. In September 2013, banks are banned from handling Bitcoin transactions. January 2014, China e-commerce giant bans crypto transactions. September 2017, China officially bans crypto exchanges and initial coin offerings, ICO. April 2019, Bitcoin mining is banned in China. March 2020, crypto bloodbath and tougher regulations in China. 2021, China intensifies ban on crypto trading and mining. So in total, those are the big ones. Those are the big news, but there is more out there. But in total, the big ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major bans from a major company. And if history tells us one thing, all of those bans back from 2009 to 2021 have actually only have done, yeah, compare, let's keep it at compare Bitcoin's price between 2009, 2013 and 2020, 2021, and you'll have your answer. So this is how manipulation works. Don't be fooled. Keep your visions or what you believe in, keep focus on what you believe in, and don't be affected by how they narrate or how they give the narrative. I tried to show you some timeline, and the decision is yours on what to do next. Until we meet later, stay safe and don't over leverage a volatile market. Peace out.